Hi, and welcome to Lines on Design. It's always fun when we have a chance to come to Superior Heating and Air Conditioning with our friend Dave.
Hello.
I tell you what, your reputation's amazing. I have to say that straight up.
Thank you for that.
And we have had a lot of fun. We actually did a Girl Talk segment today. So we've I kind of know what we're talking about, so be scared.
Okay.
We really are. We were talking about sustainability, we're talking about HVAC, but this is something brand new. I'm dying to hear.
Sure. This is solar thermal. So
Okay.
it's not like solar
panels,
where we generate electricity. We don't generate electricity here. So right in front of me is we have two bulbs, and these are basically just heat transfer vehicles in a sense. We're going to transfer heat from the sun to these bulbs.
Okay.
These bulbs then will radiate the heat up to these points up here, and these points then connect to this manifold.
All right.
This manifold is where your heat transfer is happening. So we'll actually send refrigerant from our new air conditioning system into this manifold, and these tips get to be like 400 degrees, and so that's actually heating up the refrigerant as it runs through this manifold and transferring the heat to the manifold. So in a sense, what we're doing is heating the refrigerant for the air conditioning system. By doing that,
heating the refrigerant for the air conditioning system.
Right.
Okay.
And so what we're doing there is we're actually doing some of the work for the compressor for your air conditioning system. And by doing that, we're able to cut the amount of energy your air conditioning system uses almost by half by doing
half?
that. Mm-hmm.
All right. Now this, for some of us, you guys, this will make perfect sense. For me, I'm still trying to wrap my arms around it.
Sure.
Is this something that I retrofit? Is this something for new construction? Who is this practical for?
All good questions. So this is good for anytime you need a new air conditioning system. You don't want to really retrofit this on an existing system because it has to meet certain, the system we install to has to be a certain style system.
Okay.
So as long as you install that certain style system, this is like an add-on to that system. It can be done for new construction, can be done for change-outs, and this is just a laid out version of what it would look like on your roof. There's actually a frame
that
this
was my
would sit
question.
on.
It's on the roof.
It is.
Duh. Said hence solar thermal.
Yes. However, though, what I was showing you earlier, and we can't really physically demonstrate, but I'm sure everybody will take your word for it. These are the solar bulbs. They've been in the shade the entire time we've been here. One is facing right side up, and one is facing wrong side up, or
right side down and wrong side up.
Yes.
Right. One's this way and one's that way.
So we're in the shade, and there's probably a 15 or 20 degree temperature difference between the tips of each of these bulbs. And that's in the shade. So you can imagine if the bulbs are the correct way and in the sun, how much heat they're going to generate and how quickly they'll do it. So.
What are the advantages of using something like this? Are there tax advantages? Are there money savings?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I tell everybody this because it's just the way it is. It's a little bit more of an investment up front.
Okay.
However, 55% tax credits. So,
really?
Oh yeah. So you end up spending less or maybe a little bit more for this high efficiency solar system than you would for a system of a base model system per se. So after your tax credits.
Is this a whole system or is this an adjunct to a new system?
This is a
Does that make sense?
Yeah, this is like an add-on. So if you were to buy a new high efficiency, say 2-stage air conditioner, you would add this panel to that 2-stage air conditioner.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to keep that 2-stage air conditioner in first stage all year round, but get second stage cooling out of it. So so our system is working at half the load, but producing 100% of its cooling capacity.
Well, not being a technician, it seems to me that might even help my system last longer because it's putting less.
It's not running as hard technically. It could be an added bonus. We're on the coast.
Right, it's wet, it's humid, it's horrible. Yeah, don't count on that.
You're still going to get a life expectancy of 10 to 12, 13 years.
Are there different sizes, shapes? I mean, how do I even know about this? Well, obviously we're talking to you now, but
this is old technology that's used in Europe, been used for years.
Oh.
It's made its way here because of the tax credits. North and South Carolina have the best tax credits, so that's why we're just kind of getting our hands on it now. They're going to be basically one panel per air conditioning system.
Okay.
They're all the same size. This only shows 2 bulbs, but there's 15 or so bulbs per panel. They look like a skylight when they're installed.
Oh, okay, all
so
right.
They're not like
it's
an
all
eyesore.
about aesthetics.
Right.
Okay, all right.
And they're approved by most ARBs. We've got them in almost every plantation right now.
Do you really?
We do. And they're a great, we've had a lot of luck with them. So
When we were talking to Ronnie Lane, you all are really impressed with these, aren't you?
I think air conditioning is boring. And this is the first time that something's come along that saves the customer money,
all right.
has tax credits, so we get to get something back from the government that's always taking from us, end up with a system that's going to come with a better warranty than a standard system, because when we put these on, you end up getting a 10-year parts and labor warranty on your system, so it's covering everything, including the panel.
Okay.
And actually, the hotter it gets, the better it works, and that's the opposite of everything.
Exactly. I was just going to say, what is the life of the bulb? I mean, if it's a solar bulb, it's...
This bulb is just an evacuated glass tube with some heat transfer material in there, but that's the wrong side facing that you're seeing right now. The side that heats up is this side with that darker color to it.
Okay. So it's going to heat up to the end.
Yep, and transfer it to this.
Here.
Yep. And then goes to the air, and then pipes into the air conditioning system, refrigerant lines.
How often would you need to have something like this serviced? Would you do it with your regular maintenance?
Never. It's just glass. All you have to do is, the worst that could happen is if it gets sandblasted from a storm or something, and it eats up the bulbs. But from what I can tell, I don't obviously manufacture these, but what I can deduce from talking to everybody, installing them and everything, the money for the panels is in the technology and the patent to get this stuff going. The bulbs are not very expensive.
Okay.
I mean, the bulbs
that makes sense.
Might be $30 a bulb, you know, top. And during Hurricane Matthew, we with 50 panels on roofs in this area, we replaced maybe 10 bulbs.
Oh, did you? And
yeah,
that was it?
That was it.
So it's pretty durable.
And they just snap in and out. I mean, that's really all there is to it.
I mean, I expected it to be a lot more dramatic, and I expected to be a lot more confused. It's really interesting.
This is the third generation that we've played with, and this is the most easiest to install, easiest to replace bulbs, and things like that. But there are some more complicated versions of it out there. But
all right, so let's assume that I'm a brand new consumer, and I am coming to talk with you about HVAC. How do you educate your population? What would be questions I should ask, or what's information you would want from me?
Well, in any process, it's an interview with the customer.
Okay.
What they're looking to do. If it's a rental home and they're just trying to get the base model system out of there, then we just quote the base model. If it's a house they want to have they're going to live in and want to see some energy savings, then we'll talk to them about the solar.
Okay. So you will routinely talk to them about the solar?
Oh yeah, it comes up on every job that we go to.
See, I can't imagine not having it now that I know about it.
Right. It'll give you some upfront sticker shock because you have to wait for your taxes to get your credit back, you know. But short of that, you get the tax credit. It's not a myth. It happens.
Right,
I mean, if you have the tax liability, you're either getting the money back or not having to pay that taxes.
But additionally, if it's going to save me ultimately,
absolutely,
then it just makes sense.
The return on investment, if you were to count your money you've gotten back from your tax credits, say you got them back on day one in a sense, because that's when you installed it, then your return on your investment starts immediately because you're already getting a system that is, you know, 25, 28, 30 SEER, which the higher the SEER, the more energy it is. You're getting a system with such a high SEER rating that, you know, it doesn't make any sense.
I can't think of a downside.
There isn't. I mean,
it's just a matter of having faith and not.
Yes.
Right.
What we'll notice is that sometimes in retirement communities, they don't have taxable income, so it's not as advantageous to them.
Okay.
Because without the tax credits, it obviously gets expensive. So that's about the only thing we've seen that's not really.
Who knew that talking to you about HVAC would be like one of my favorite segments that I do?
Right.
And I tell you why, because there's always a takeaway. I feel like it's pretty practical, and I feel like we've learned a lot. You are wonderful to talk to. We really do appreciate it. We really do. We want to thank all of you. Stay with us. There's more to come on Lynes on Design.